Hey there, hello to you. Daily dose of me, together again with two of us, just having a little time creating and seeing what shows up in the time that we spend together. It's always fun hanging out. Oops, wrong one. Let's use this one. Put some purple mountains in the background. Using our prang colors. Super juicy. I wetted them. I got them wet before we came together today. Thank you to the new subscribers that have joined. It's always a pleasure to have people on board. We only do 5 minutes because, hey, that's all the time we have. And sometimes 5 minutes is just enough time to get down what we need to get down. Any big plans for your spring? Anything that you're wanting to make happen, to create, to do? Spring is a great opportunity to literally plant seeds of what you want to achieve in the future. Maybe there's something you want to do later in the summer, maybe another season, maybe making plans for the fall. Who knows? But the potential is always there. I trust that you are finding potential where you are, that your life is showing up in ways that bring opportunity for you. Opportunity is around us. Oftentimes we want it to show up in a particular way, but the way it shows up might just be the way it needs to show up for us. Maybe the opportunity doesn't present itself always in the way that you want it to, but that may be the growth that you are looking for without even knowing it. Maybe putting yourself into a situation or a position that you may not think is right for you could lead you to meeting people who are exactly what you were looking for. I think we spend too much time judging opportunity before we put ourselves in it to find out if it works for us. And we can always pivot. We talked about that and how important the pivot is. If something's not working for you, you can always figure something else out. Opportunity can present itself if you take the time to look for it. And just engage in it. Engage in the potential of it. Opportunity is a bit like love, I think. We always want it to show up in a certain way, but it keeps showing up for us all the time, but we don't recognize it because it's not what we want. It's not packaged the way we desire it to be. It shows up how it's intended to show up, to learn on its own and to teach us how to see things differently. And sometimes we can't see beyond that. And I think that happens in opportunity too. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in the paradigm of what we think is important, and we forget that there might be something larger at play, that we may not necessarily be in charge of everything, but that everything might be happening to teach us and to help us to grow, to become the very best versions of ourselves. That's what I always believe. I believe it's always a conspiracy to make us become the very best versions of ourselves if we're willing to listen, and more importantly, if we're willing to do the work. So I trust wherever you are today, you are looking at opportunity in the way it wants to show up for you, and that you don't poo-poo it or cast it aside, but maybe allow it to be exactly what it needs to be without attaching anything to it. I trust wherever you are, you have the most amazing day, and I'll see you the next time And until then,